going on, guys? So I wanted to take a minute to do a video on what are you really buying. When you buy a filter, when you buy, whether it be for your ponds or your aquariums, you should really start looking at how much it's going to cost you to keep using that item. So for instance, if you buy a filter and after looking at it, you can't really figure out a way to make your own filters for it, you're gonna have to keep buying new filters for it. So a 3-pack of, refill or reusable, not reusable, sorry, disposable cartridges for your filters are gonna run you, $15 to $25. And you're going to be, usually a cartridge is only good for like 30 days. So you're looking at 3 months. So you're going to have to buy that 4 different times per year. So that's $100 just to use that filter for a year. Same thing with pond filters. I have a Pond Max, the big, I think it's the 3500 pressure filter. Now, I bought it used from somebody I know pretty well. I bought it used, and the pads in it are probably good for maybe another year, but you got to buy new filter pads for it every few years, because when you clean them out, they break down, they degrade. They're sponge pads. Well, looking around online for that filter, you're looking at about $120 for new filter pads. Another thing you want to look at is efficiency as far as electricity goes. If this filter, and again, this is going to be different over in Europe, and I don't know how Canada's power grid runs, but in the US everything we do is off of watts and volts and amperage. So obviously if something's 1500 watts and something's 750 watts, you're obviously going to spend less money running this item than you will doing this item. However, you got to look at, will this be enough for my pond or aquarium? If it is, then this is the one you definitely want to go with. If it isn't, well, then you got to look at this one. Another thing you can look at is buying 2 of the smaller ones. Would I be using less electricity than buying 1 big one? So there's always little things you want to definitely look at whenever you're buying equipment. Again, whether it's pumps, filters, lights, because some lights it might have a special bulb in it and you got to replace that bulb every 3 to 6 months. Well, that's a hidden expense of having that light. It's just, the list goes on and on. So when looking at buying something, the first thing I look at is, we're just going to use the most common one, filters. Can I make my own filters for this filter so I don't have to keep buying new ones? If I can't, I usually look at another option, or I look at how much the filters are. If the filters are justifiable in cost, then I might buy it. But if the filters that I need to replace are more than probably 20% of what the filter is itself, I'm probably not going to buy them, because the expense of having that filter just gets to be too high at that point. So again, if I look at a filter, first thing I'm doing is I'm going to look at how easy it's going to be for me to make my own filter pads for that filter, what it can house, what it can hold. Because again, if I got a filter that's this big and it costs me more than a filter that's this big, and I can make my own filters for the bigger one, that's the one I'm going to go with, because in the long run it's going to be cheaper. There's just a lot of little hidden expenses that people don't necessarily think about right away when it comes to ponds and aquariums. So I just wanted to have that little talk real quick on, again, being conscious of when you're buying a piece of equipment, what you're actually buying. Is it something that you're constantly going to be putting money to into every 30 days, every 3 months? Or is it something that you can buy once, use the overall shell of the item, and make all the inner parts something that you can, what do you want to call, replenish at a cheaper price? If that makes sense. So, like I said, I just wanted to throw this little video out there real quick because, again, most of my filters, I make my own filters for. Got that Pond Max. Looked at wanting to replace the pads this winter. So this spring, next spring I should say, I have new filter pads in there. And I was kind of shocked at how much the new filter pads were. So that's what gave me the idea to go ahead and do this video. So if you guys have any questions, as always, feel free to ask. And I think we're at 298 subscribers. So 2 more subscribers will be at 300. That's pretty cool. I think I need to do I need to come up with an idea for maybe when we get to 500, and then do another like a sweepstakes or giveaway or something when we get to 1,000. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and keep on improving, keep on investing, and we'll see you guys on the next video. We'll talk to you later. Bye.